Welcome to the last part of the Hedgerow survey video series. Let's imagine you want to look for all the hedges in a certain area that have hazel in them. You could use, in a better world, you could use OpenStreetMap for that. The problem is that, of course, the data isn't on OpenStreetMap yet. Just very little data on OpenStreetMap. But in an ideal world where everybody has mapped their hedges and put all the genus into it, you could do it. I'll just show you for County Kilkenny what you could do. You go to overpass-turbo.eu. That's a mining tool that you can use to get information out of OpenStreetMap that you can't see when you're looking at the map. Remember, where is it again? Here. You can see the hedges here, but you can't see what's, all the information that's added to the hedge. And there's a lot of information like that on OpenStreetMap. You might not even see, for example, the milk churn stand that I mentioned in the previous video. That isn't even displayed here, but the data is there. And just like with the genus or species, they are not displayed because the map would just be too crowded, but the data is in the database and you can get to it. So you use Overpass Turbo for that, and you can use the wizard. And what you type in here, and as you can see, I've done that previously, is you type in barrier equals hedge because you're looking for hedges, and genus:(en) equals hazel, and you have to spell it the way it was spelled before with the capital H, and that's why we have standards, because you won't find it otherwise. And this won't work for the moment yet because, remember, if you watched the previous videos, we put a lot of different names in the genus tag and it can't search for them that way. But we can modify the search a little bit so it can. So instead of build and run query, I forgot to say we want to look in County Kilkenny, so I just add in and then in quotes County Kilkenny. Okay. This will look for all the hedges that have hazel in them that are mapped on OpenStreetMap, which will not be a lot. So we won't click on build and run query because it won't work, as I said, but instead we will click on build query, and that produces this code here on the left-hand side that might look a bit scary, but we just have to modify it a little bit. The hedges are always mapped as a way. Well, I've seen them done as areas as well, but they should be done as a way. So we can delete the first line here. You see it says node, way, and relation, and then it has the same stuff behind. So we can just delete the line that says has node in it. So highlight it and just delete. And the same for the relation bit. So all we're left with are ways that are representing hedges and that have hazel in them. Again, as I said, it still won't work because it has all these other names for trees or scrubs in there. So what you have to do is change the equal sign to a tilde, which is above the hashtag on your keyboard. And that would work, hopefully. And if I click run now, I can zoom out a little bit to show the whole of County Kilkenny. If I click run now, it should find all the hedges that are mapped on OpenStreetMap that have hazel in them. All the hedges that, there are lots more hedges mapped, but they don't have as much detail as what I've added in the previous videos. So, that's a bit disappointing. But we have these three here that we added in the previous videos, and then there are some other ones that I added some time ago. So that's all. You could do the same for ivy. Should be a few more. So there's one here. And then the area that we surveyed, a lot of them had ivy in them because it's just spreads so easily. Same for hawthorn. And zoom out, there's not an awful lot in Kilkenny. There's a different area here. oh yeah, that's, I added that. I was at a talk during Hedgerow week where a hedge layer, Owen Donnelly, talked about hedge laying, and I was just there and I added the genus in these hedges here that I could spot without using my app. So that's what you can do. And of course, the more data is in the map, the better the results will be. And maybe that will motivate you to add a couple more in your area. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you in another video hopefully soon. Slán go fóill.